So I wanted to do a quick run through of an image I created yesterday, and somebody asked me what plugin I used, and I actually didn't need any plugins. It was just a couple of layers in Photoshop. So I have my original image, and it's a nice image and all that, but it doesn't seem real sharp to me, so I'm going to go ahead and sharpen it up a little bit. And I want to make sure that my image is a smart object. And to do that, just right click and convert to smart object. And then I want to go up to filter, other, and high pass. And you want to set a pretty low number because otherwise you're going to get a halo effect and it's going to look funky. I just cranked it up a little so you could see it though. But actually you want to keep it like low enough that you just barely start to see the outline or the edge of your images. And you hit OK. And now, just like a lot of times when I use smart filters, we don't want to change the blend mode of the image layer, but we want to change the blend mode of the filter. And to do that, we just come down to the double line, double arrow and click. And here we change the blend mode from normal to overlay and then hit OK. And it might be pretty subtle on the video to see it. So I'm going to double click. Like I said, this is a smart filter, so you can change it at any time. I'm going to double click on the filter name, and I'll crank the radius up a lot higher so you can see the difference. But it just brings it into focus a little more. So we're good to go there. And the next thing I did was add a linen texture layer. And I'm going to take that texture layer and I'm going to change the blend mode to linear light. And I'm going to set the opacity to 80%. I think that looks pretty good so far, but it seems a little strong in the water to me. So I'm going to go ahead and add a layer mask. And then with the brush tool selected, I'm going to make sure I have a soft round brush. Set it 100%. And I'm just going to brush it off the water on the bottom. And I did that at full 100% strength with black. And if you look at the layer mask, you can see it's all black, which is what I want. And I know that looks too dark, but I like to use the layer mask properties box because rather than painting and going back and forth with shades of gray and trying to get it right, I can come into by double clicking on the layer mask thumbnail, I get the layer mask properties box, and all I need to do is change the density. And I can drop that down. And the lower I drop the density down, it starts to bring the texture back. I just don't want it full 100%. So I think I'm going to go with 30%. And now you can see the layer mask. It's still there. It's just a lighter shade of gray. And so there's full strength, and there's where I like it a little better. The next thing I did was add a gradient map because I wanted to take out some of the color. And the gradient map I used was kind of a green to a creamy yellow beige color. And with that gradient map selected, I'm going to change the blend mode again. I'm going to change it to color and drop the opacity to about 90%. And that gives it that old vintage sepia look. And other than adding the text, that's pretty much all there was to it.